Do you want to guess what this final topic is? Because I didn't tell you.
Build the perfect college basketball player.
Ooh, that's a fun one. We should do that next week. You want to do that instead? Just kidding.
No, you put way too much. You took your time to get this game in order, this exercise. So I enjoy these.
Do you invest?
And invest money?
Yeah, like are you an investor? Do you play the stock market at all?
A little bit, like nothing crazy. Like I ain't buy Mel Tucker's NFT.
Okay, good to know. I'm very glad of that. There was a time I thought you were all over that. So
That is so disrespectful, and we're not gonna break that down right now, but please get into the game. But just know I'm taking a mental note of that. That was so out of pocket.
that I said there was a time I thought you would buy his NFT.
That there's a time where you consider that I would buy an NFT.
There was absolutely a time like you hit the group chat with like, this is sick for sure.
Oh, hell no.
I can picture the text.
Okay.
There's a
Anyways.
better chance that happened than me with Vicks VapoRub in Nebraska for sure. Okay, the point is stock market. I want to play stock market college basketball. So okay. I have 10 takes or things that were said either publicly or on our program leading up to the season that now 1 week into the season, seeing some things that we've seen, really 4 days, not even 1 week, 4 days into the season, we've seen enough to say, would you buy stock in this? Would you hold stock in this? Would you sell stock in this? And I don't want to go like full economy mode because I am also not a stock market guy. That's just not my game. I'd rather bet on sports. I do want you to put some thought if you were like actually an investor in this. I don't want you to just say sell if you don't think it's going to happen. It's got to be like, oh, this might be a good time to sell high because it looks really good right now. And maybe I'm a little skeptical it's going to keep looking good. So that's the game.
Got you.
College basketball stock market. I have 10 things. We're going to start with number 1. Zach Edey to win the National Player of the Year. Would you buy, hold, or sell stock that Zach Edey wins National Player of the Year?
Ooh. I'm gonna sell this. I'm gonna sell this because I'm gonna sell high on this. I don't know. It's something about Purdue and the way they've been playing so far where it just seems like they're not as or they're trying to show they're not as centered around just Edey or something like that, or they're trying to make sure that they're prepared. Kind of like I said before the season, they're more prepared for March and other things instead of just the Big Ten. Also, like looking around the country, like there's some teams that I think some guys are going to put up some really good numbers. Like if I could buy stock in a player of the year coming from Creighton, I might do that because that offense is that fun. And I think that those guys are going to put up numbers and they're going to be successful. So not as much as a slight to Zach Edey, but I'm going to sell this because I feel like it's selling high.
Right there with you. Right now, I have his actual odds at DraftKings. He's plus 175 to win the Wooden Award. The closest one to him is Kyle Filipowski plus 800. Hunter Dickinson is plus 900. Baycott Klingon down at 16 and 18 to 1. Then everybody else is a long shot here. I'm absolutely selling high on this. I think you nailed this before the season, quite frankly. I don't think Purdue's going to play him a lot. I just don't think they're going to play him a lot. Like the very first game of the season was like the quietest Zach Edey game I've seen in forever. And he still was fantastic. Don't get me wrong. Like he was absurdly productive. Any game Purdue wants him to, he can get you 35 and 15. I just don't like last year. They wanted him to do that against Cupcakes too. It was like, oh, we might have the National Player of the Year on our hands. Let's cook him up. This year, they don't care about that at all. This Purdue team has zero interest. And I don't even like, I'm sure Zach Edey would take the award. I don't think Zach Edey had fun at the ESPYs. I think Zach Edey doesn't want this anymore. He just wants to get healthy and prove everybody wrong when the tournament gets here. So let's sell high because I think like 3 weeks from now, that's going to be like plus 400.
Yeah, I agree on that. And also like the rabbit Braden Smith, I think is going to have a bigger year and he could take a little bit off of Zach Edey. Like Zach Edey does not have to do it all.
Meant to say this when we were talking Braden Norris also, but how much of Braden Norris's fall is the fact that he's no longer the best Braden in college basketball?
That is definitely a thing.
It's got to be part of it. All right, number 2 for my stock market game. I got 10 of these. Number 2, Michigan State to win the national championship. not to make a Final Four. I'm talking to win a national championship. Are you buying, holding, or selling?
I'm gonna hold my stock. I'm gonna hold my stock until I see what it looks like if the young guys get more run, because I think that is the key to unlocking the ceiling of this team. And that's also not to see what they look like, it's to see if it even happens. Because like you said, we went to what would Izzo think, and I think Izzo wants to lean on his vets. And let's see how long that goes. But I'm gonna hold on to it because there still is the possibility there for this team, I think.
Okay, I agree. There's still the possibility. I think this is either a buy or a hold. Although I guess you could theoretically sell because they're still valued as like a top 10 team. And if you think they're just going to totally bottom out, now would be the time to sell. I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy. I don't know for sure that there's going to be a time later this season where their stock gets lower than this.
Yeah.
Like I think they're beating Duke next week. I said it already. So if they come out and beat Duke, like the stock's not getting lower than it is after just losing to James Madison.
Yeah, their stock is extremely low right now. Extremely low. So good move by you to buy. Honestly, a little upset I didn't buy.
Yeah, I don't know what the actual numbers are. I'm not going to look it up because we're not just doing this based off betting odds. But I will buy stock in Michigan State to win the national title right now. I'll buy low. Number 3, the Illinois Fighting Illini will make the second weekend of the NCAA tournament. This was a real take that I had when we did our bold predictions episode. Feel pretty good about it right now based on what we've seen from Illinois. They look like a good basketball team. They look like a great locker room. Would you buy, hold, or
buy? Buy a lot.
You're buying high?
Yeah, I'm buying high because I truly believe it. Even though it's high, I believe that I bought a good amount low where I feel all right. I want to buy some more high. I think this team's going to do it.
Do you think their stock gets higher than this? Like, do you think they're going to work their way up to like top 10 in the country at some point?
I think they'll flirt with it. Yeah.
Okay. Because I feel like in order to buy, you need to believe like this will be a top 10 team at some point.
Can I buy and still say be like a top 15 team?
Yeah. That's fine.
I see that more.
Not necessarily an investment I would advise, but it's okay. It's your money.
Okay. All right.
What an up and down week for me in Illinois Nation, huh? Like some great moments, some nasty moments. A lot of love is where I'm coming to at this very moment. I'm coming off a lot of love from a lot of kind people. I'm selling Illinois to make the second weekend. I mean, I'm not just going to rehash the words, but like Illinois is looking really good right now, right?
Yeah.
They're looking really good. I think it makes sense to sell Illinois stock while they look really good. Maybe they'll look better. Like maybe they'll keep climbing their way up for a little bit, but I think now would be a decent time to sell is what I'm saying. Like Dre Gibbs Lawhorn just had an explosive best player on the court game. I think that's a good time to sell if you're holding a lot of Illinois stock. So I'll stick with that. Still like them a lot. Still already got value on my bet of saying they'll make the Sweet 16. Now I'm just ready to cash out and take the profits instead of take the risk. That's all I'm saying.
All right, respect.
Number 4, Tyrese Proctor, first team All-American. Everybody told us this kid was breakout superstar. He has not been great through one Duke game. He didn't look like the superstar. Flip was everything for that team. Are you buying, holding, or selling Tyrese Proctor, first team All-American?
I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to hold on to it for this reason only. I think the way that Duke is going to play this year, Duke is going to remain in the top 5 in the country all year long. It also seems that Tyrese Proctor's play is graded on a curve. So if this team remains top 5 and he plays okay, I think he could find his way onto first team All-American list.
Okay. I think I'm with you. I think it's the first one we like truly agree on. I will hold this stock. Now, with that said, don't believe there's any chance this happens. Like any chance. So I'm looking to sell at the very first moment that he has a good game. But like the first week that he wins ACC Player of the Week, you're selling your stock immediately. And I don't know when that
is. I'm with you on that too, by the way.
Yeah. I'll also might not happen. Might not happen. Just might still be the third best player on this team, like he was for most of last season.
Yeah. Or Judah Mintz is winning that award.
I don't know. Just saying, I don't see it, man. He wasn't even like looking to score like crazy in this game, and I know it's more like passing stuff with him, but he not. I don't see it. He just looked like another dude out there. McCain looked really good, honestly. All right, number 5, buy, hold, or sell. I'm gonna say this one in quotes because this is other people said this to me. This is the quote. The Big Ten's so much better this year. Are you buying, holding, or selling that the Big Ten is better?
I'm buying. I'm buying
Oh,
on
come
this.
on.
Yeah, I
Wait,
am. I'm buying on this.
You're not buying the take though. You're buying stock. Like you're buying like this is the low moment and it's going to look better.
Yeah, I'm buying that. This is a low moment, and the Big Ten is going to look better. So I think we're getting moments right now from the teams that maybe weren't supposed to be as good or held in higher regard. And then there's some teams like Michigan State and Rutgers and Ohio State and even Maryland in some circles that are technically letting the Big Ten down in quotation marks and having people say like the Big Ten stinks. We're just seeing it earlier this year. So I'm going to buy. I think it's at a low point right now, and I will buy.
Okay. I guess I'm going to hold. Because I don't think you can sell and make a profit on this right now. It's very low, right? But I'm kind of thinking like might just be time to take the L. Might just be time to like cut the losses and admit as a conference this conference is stinky. Because like I don't have the energy to do it this year. I think I kind of did it at times. I don't have the energy to like dance around and pretend Indiana's really good. I don't. I think Michigan's good. Maybe that could carry some weight. I think Wisconsin's better than people thought, but like I haven't really been impressed with anybody other than Michigan and Wisconsin in the middle of the pack. Obviously, Illinois looks good, but I'm talking like the true middle of like Iowa, Rutgers. Obviously, the teams at the bottom, Nebraska, Penn State, Minnesota look horrendous. Like Nebraska looked okay in the first game. Actually, they look good, but I don't see this at all with the middle of the pack this year. I don't. I think everybody got worse.
I feel very confident buying.
Is that because you still think Ohio State's going to be really good somehow?
Mm-hmm.
They looked so bad against Oakland, man. So bad.
How many Big Ten teams are in the Sweet 16 this year?
0.
0.
I just wanted to see your reaction if I said 0.
Okay. Like if over under at like over under 2.5.
Under
2.5.
Under.
Okay. I put my whole bankroll on over.
So who's the third? You'll take the 2 elite teams, or well, the 1 elite team, the one you think is very good team, and then you're putting money on either Brad Underwood or Phil Martelli or Greg Gard.
I like how you slip Martelli in there, you little
Is
bastard.
that what we're doing? Is that like who's the guy you're buying as the third guy?
I am buying one of those people that we put in that tier as lock tournament teams to make it to the Sweet 16.
Okay. I mean, Doug's pretty good. I don't hate that.
Princeton made a Sweet 16 last year, brother.
It's take time. I think the exact number of second weekend teams in this conference is 2. I also feel incredibly strongly one of the 2 is not Purdue or Michigan State.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the take. Do you have any follow-up questions, or would you like to move on?
I have no follow-up on that. I think that's an absolutely awful take, and both those teams will make it to the Sweet 16.
There's questions with both, as we know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'd like to flesh that out on a future episode, maybe later this week. I think that might be my favorite take of the year that I've had right now. I really like that take. Okay, number 6. This is a good Riley Davis one. Shout out Bluffs. Your take coming into the season was that North Carolina will win the ACC. Are you buying, holding, or selling that take?
I'm going to have to sell that, even though it's low.
It's not that low, though, because they ended up winning by 16?
Yeah, but I am gonna sell it because I don't feel great about it. I don't feel as great as I did.
Why not?
Uh, one is not their fault actually. Flip got a new body and it's better, and that scares the shit out of me. And the rest of that team is really good. And I've also come to grips with the fact that I'm scared of John Shire. I wasn't before. I am terrified of John Shire.
Yeah. Shire's really good.
So
He's really good.
yeah, so like I'm selling.
He's really good. Is there any chance, like, when we say like Flip got a new hip, that was it, right?
Mm-hmm.
When Flip got a new hip, like, whose hip did he get? Like, is there any chance there's like a get out situation going on here?
How so?
Just like a, I don't know. Like, I feel like if there was one like creepy program that would have access to like hips, black market hips, I feel like, isn't that a thing that could happen? Like, where did Flip just get a new hip from?
Like you talking about like from a former Duke player just like gave up his hips?
Yeah, like, did Justice Winslow just give Flip his hip? And we, like, I don't know where Justice. Have you seen Justice Winslow in a while?
Wait, hold on a second. You might be cooking with. Did Flip get Jaleel Okafor's hip?
It's kind of where I'm headed with this. Like, I just want an investigation into this.
Great hips on Okafor.
Great hips don't come around
Pause.
every day nowadays.
Yeah.
All right, I'm with you. I will sell North Carolina to win the ACC. I think this is going to get lower and quickly potentially throughout the season. So I'll sell. Number 7, we discussed this one together. USC, best backcourt in the country. Looked great in game 1. If you weren't wanting to hold on to this stock, this would be a very good time to sell high.
I'm going to sell high on this. I'm going to sell high on this because I think that one, it's extremely high right now, and it's less my faith in Boogie Collier and Boogie Ellis.
Yeah.
It's more so like I got faith in like the Creighton backcourt, and I still got faith in the Michigan State backcourt, and shit, I even think UConn's got a nasty backcourt. There's a lot of good backcourts in the country.
There are a lot of good backcourts. Our Creighton is great. Stephen Ashworth looks really small.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know he was that small?
Yeah, I did. I did some deep dive research.
I didn't know he was that small when we defined our Creighton as our
Mm-hmm.
In my head, he was
Mm-hmm.
like 6'3".
No, he can't be. He can't be. Like he can't be and be at Creighton.
Yeah. So, okay. I'm upset. Like, I'm personally hurt that you're selling Boogie Collier's stock after one
Yeah,
game.
it hurts me too, but I think it's a smart financial move.
But that I feel like that's like the guy who like got out of Apple stock too early. That's what I feel like you're doing right now. I'm going a different route. Probably just told you what I'm going. I am buying more stock. I'm buying. I'm scooping. I already have a lot of stock in this take. I'm going on Craigslist. I'm making phone calls personally. I'm doing whatever I can to get any more stock I can. This is the no-brainer best backcourt in the country. Boogie and Boogie. There's substance to it, though, because last year Boogie Ellis was really good in like a non-substantial way, which showed in the NCAA tournament, right? Like, he was just a bucket getter that got buckets after 11 p.m. Eastern and then bowed out quickly when he played a really great backcourt. Here's the thing. Boogie Collier doesn't let that happen. Boogie Collier is like tough, grind you to the core of the Earth's crust. Like, this guy, I love him. I think he's tough. I think he has a great IQ. I think he's going to make Boogie Ellis so much better with the way that he plays. And I think it's a no-brainer. I think this is like De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk-esque backcourt to me.
Wow, I like that. I mean, it hurt me to sell it. It's like I said, it's not much to do with them. I respect the other backcourts in the country.
Got it. Yeah, thank you. Okay, let's move on. Number 8, 3 more takes coming here. Indiana will miss the NCAA tournament.
Oh, I kind of want to buy more.
Did you already? Oh, yeah, we're talking miss. Sorry, I thought you meant like buy as in you're buying the Hoosiers back in for a second. You want to buy
No,
more that they're out.
yeah, and I don't think I had any before. I'd like to buy some.
I'll sell you some of mine. Want to do a little transaction?
Would you like to sell some of yours?
So I would say I probably had like 100 shares of Indiana to miss the tournament.
100.
I think I will sell. I'll sell you 40% of my Indiana to miss the tournament shares.
I'll take those.
Okay. You're gonna have to pay a price though, because I already made a profit after one. People saw that first half in Mackenzie and Baco, and people were like, "Yeah, that guy's right." Okay, fun one there. What percentage would you put on this to happen? Actually, though, right now,
It's probably honestly, it's not as high as you think because like I actually think Kalel Ware being who he is in that first game, like that's gonna do things for them. So I'd put it at like 20%, 15% chance, maybe.
okay, I'm still high. I think it's like 40, 45, maybe.
Okay.
Honestly, maybe more than that. I think I'm being generous to Indiana right now. Two more takes. Texas, the Longhorns. A reminder here, in case you forgot, Cart. I know you've been drinking tonight. We both like Texas. We both have Texas in our Final Four. Actually, that's how much you and I both like Texas. Are you buying, holding, or selling the Texas Longhorns to make the Final Four this season?
I'm buying more.
What'd you like in Game 1? We haven't talked about Texas yet.
So what I like about it is that they're not at full strength, and I think that people are souring on them. With Dylan Dessou in the fold, Dylan Mitchell can play better. Caden Shedrick at full strength. I like this team with the backcourt that they have. Like A. Smith, people forget. Like, yes, I think he had one bad tournament run last year, or just like in the Summit League. I don't think he played that well in the tournament. When A. Smith got into March, that little dude was a killer. Like he has that. He could have a bad season and just get him to March, and Max A. Smith can get you to a Final Four. So I would like to buy some more, please.
Okay. I'm going to hold. I was on this with you preseason, obviously. And yeah, I don't feel like we've seen anything notable yet. I am not eagerly awaiting the return of Dylan Dessou the way that you are. I know he's a good, solid player. He will make an impact, but I don't think he's a needle mover either way. So let me hold. Just wait and see. It's about Hunter and Asmus to me, and I don't think we fully know yet. We got to see. Final take. This is the wildest thing that I said on our program this offseason. Michigan will go further in the NCAA tournament than the Kansas Jayhawks. When I said that, I think you honestly called my wife to like check on me.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was like a jaw hit the floor. Like, Greg, come on, you're going too far. This is clickbait. Well, now we're one game of the season. Doesn't look that crazy. Kansas looks good, but Michigan looks good too. Are you buying, holding, or selling the stock in my take that Michigan will go further than Kansas?
I'm selling.
Why?
They're not.
Could.
They could. They will not.
Looks better than it did a week ago.
One might say, but it still gets to the same destination. They will not. It's like on Waze or Google Maps when you could take a different route sometimes. Always gets to the same place. They will not.
Let's just say hypothetically here, Kansas is a 1 seed and Michigan is an 8 seed. They meet in the round of 32 in Duluth, wherever Duluth is.
Minnesota.
What's the line on that game?
Kansas minus 11.5.
Hammering Michigan plus 11.5 in that game.
Okay.
And I'm doing more than sprinkling money line.
Okay.
I want Kansas. This was just an elaborate ploy for me to say, I want Kansas. I want to look the camera in the eyes. I want Bill Self to see this. I want everyone in Lawrence to know that we are not afraid of y'all. Okay. And your little cute little Nick Timberlake 3 for 3 from 3 in game 1 was cute. That was cute for sure. We want y'all. Okay. I want y'all now. I want y'all later. Kansas, Michigan with the season on the line. Let's see who shows up. I want it.
You know how you put your Izzo hat on earlier?
Yep.
I'm going to put my Braden Turner hat on. Shout out to my guy, Braden. Everything that Michigan did in game 1 was cute, too. Just like you said, that Nick Timberlake game was cute. Everything you did was cute, too.
You got one killer.
We'll see.
You have one killer in Kansas this year. You have one killer. I got 2.
You have one killer.
I got 2.
You have one.
I got 2.
You have one.
I got 2. We'll see. I'm if it's not clear, I'm buying more stock of that take. I think it's a fantastic take. Fantastic take.
I'm selling every morsel if I even had it, because I didn't have it before, but any morsel of stock that I have, I am selling that.
It's not like I haven't hit some takes before though, Cart.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. You ain't hit everyone though.
Like if there was a guy out there who like maybe had a thing for some takes coming true. I don't know. Just saying. It's happened before.
Yeah.